में हम लोग एक ड्राइवर कर देंगे। ओके, वो ड्राइवर क्या करता है, वो ड्राइवर सिर्फ वो कंट्रोल्स माइक्रो कंट्रोलर से लेता है और इसके अलग से पावर सप्लाई होना चाहिए और उस पावर सप्लाई से वो ज्यादा करंट लेके फिर मोटर को दे देता है।
Okay, sir, got it.
There are drivers available. You can simply type motor drivers in Google. You can find several drivers available. Depending upon what motor you use, what is the current rating of your motor, you have to choose the right driver.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning, sir. Sir, as you told that Raspberry Pi is the part of embedded system, but how much I know that embedded system is that which work in once and means which work only one work, जो एक ही काम करता है ना सर, मतलब यदि वॉशिंग मशीन है तो वॉशिंग बस
system
करेगा.
is something very specific. Okay.
Yes,
so
but
I want to
Raspberry
introduce
Pi
you to other single atom computers which can be used as an embedded computer as well. Okay, but it's usually for a general purpose single atom computer. Okay, it can be used as an embedded system chip as well because it also contains a very strong processor, but in general these are all general purpose single atom computers.
Okay, means Raspberry Pi can do multiple work in a time.
Yes, it can do, but then with limited capabilities. It won't have the capability of a complete microcontroller system. But if you want to give a proper user interface, something like a mobile interface you want to give, and then you want to allow somebody to basically do some Arduino programming, sorry, not Arduino, sorry, Android programming or Python programming, and you want to have some small screen which will display something. All these are very easy as having a single atom computer. For example, I want to basically use a camera, see somebody's image, and then from the face, I have to recognize the face. Once I recognize the face, I want to show to them that whether this person is a user or not. So then I'll use a camera, then I'll use a small screen. All these becomes very easy if I want to use a single atom computer. But again, there the speed of real time is not a requirement.
Okay, sir. But sir, embedded system cannot do multiple work, and Raspberry Pi can do multiple work. So how can it both related to each other?
No, what I'm trying to tell you is, I'm trying to tell you that a Raspberry Pi is a single atom computer. It's a general purpose machine. Only thing is, it's miniaturized. It can have IOs. You can do several things. But if you want to use it as an embedded system, then you can use it.
Okay.
So I'm not telling it is an embedded system, but then you can also use it as an embedded computer if you want to.
Okay, sir. I got it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Good. I think you guys should ask questions. I think that will be very important. Yes.
एम्बेडेड कंप्यूटर अलग है सर, एम्बेडेड सिस्टम अलग है क्या?
क्या?
एम्बेडेड कंप्यूटर और एम्बेडेड सिस्टम जो है वो डिफरेंट है थोड़े।
नहीं, मतलब वो क्या करते हैं, सिस्टम मतलब वो हमारा कंप्यूटर में भी हम लोग सिस्टम बोलते हैं, ठीक है? सो इट इज मोर और लेस द सेम ओनली. Any other questions?
Hello.
Yes.
I have one more question.
Yes.
Please, sir, suggest me the IoT reference book for starting, so that I can learn something from there.
Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll prepare some reference list and I'll send it to you by email.
But okay, sir.
Maybe I'll give it to this TechWeb coordinator. Then they can send it to you all by email or something. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I'll prepare a reference for both embedded systems as well as for IoT.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes. See, what are the drawbacks of embedded systems? Okay, so drawback means again I cannot use an embedded system for a general computing machine. It will not be able to do like my computer. Several things I cannot do together. Okay, it will do things in a sequential manner. And then drawback means like what we have seen yesterday. The major drawback is if let's say you buy a hardware, the hardware comes with a processor and a memory. So if I want to change and then want to improve myself, then it becomes very difficult. I have to buy a new hardware.
Hello?
Yes. Hello. I think somebody's mic is on. Can you please mute it? Okay. So what is the basic difference between Arduino and Raspberry Pi? So Arduino is a microcontroller. So it will basically run, you can run programs by building something in the Arduino IDE, and ultimately you are programming it into the microcontroller. Okay. So it is a proper embedded system or an embedded software interface where you can use it for specific applications. Okay. So what is the difference between embedded and Raspberry Pi? Okay. Raspberry Pi is something like a computer. Only thing is you have a computer in a small chip. So it's called single atom computer, or it's a small chip computer. Okay, it is something like half the size of your smartphone. Okay, so you are actually having a computer which is so small. Again, the power of it is not very high. Okay, the power of it is not very high, but again you can use it for some of these applications. Okay. So embedded system में क्या scope है? Actually अभी इंडिया में बहुत सारे job opportunities हैं embedded systems के लिए. Why is that so? The reason is embedded systems is something where you have a software hardware interface, and there are many intelligent systems coming into picture. Now I think you would have seen advertisements where people want to control a AC using their mobile phone. So these are all IoT applications. So, and there are several places where remote control is something which is required. For example, if you take a big, for example, I take my own university. My university, there is water treatment plant in the starting of my university. From starting of the university, from the water treatment plant, the water goes to every place. It goes to every building in the institute. Now, if there is any water leakage anywhere, then the person who's the plumber has to basically go and check it in every place where there is a leakage, why there is a leakage, if there is any issue. But then you can install some smart sensors in these places and basically communicate all these things to a central server kept in one single place. And you can monitor whether there is water output is the same everywhere. So in this way, you can connect and check where exactly is the problem, and you can send your person there to correct it. So these kind of remote monitoring and these kind of control from sitting in one place is something which has become of very much importance, and this has become of needs good amount of people who have some knowledge about hardware as well as software, and that's why embedded systems is getting very popular and it has very good opportunities. As far as I know, I think even now in India, I think there are 15,000 to 20,000 jobs requirement in embedded systems. At least 3 of my students who have done project with us, they have gone to very good companies, and they say we still need a lot of people who work on this. The issue is they will not have time to train you on all these things. So if you are a trained person, then there's a high chance that they'll be interested in taking you on. Okay, is that answer your question? So can you go for a little bit brief on single atom computer? I'll give you some examples on Raspberry Pi maybe tomorrow. I'll prepare some slides. I'll show you some Raspberry Pi examples tomorrow. Okay. Any other questions or shall we move on? आप लोग टाइप कर लीजिए, आपको फॉलो कर सकते हैं ना? स्पीड तो ठीक है ना? फास्ट तो नहीं है ना? हेलो, ठीक है. Okay, good. Okay. So now we'll move on to where we left yesterday, because I want to cover an architecture today, and I also want you to basically understand how to read data sheets. These are important things which I want to teach you, because these are the basics which you will be needing to know how to take it forward. Okay, so so I'll again share my screen. If there is any problem, and then you let me know so that. Okay, so I hope you guys can see my screen now. Okay, so what we discussed yesterday, we discussed that we want to make our own processor. Okay, so what are all the instructions that I had? The first instruction is load Rx comma data 2. Okay, then we had move Rx comma data Rx comma ry. Third one is we had add Rx comma ry, and fourth is we had subtract Rx comma ry. So all these we discussed yesterday, where Rx comma ry are called registers. Correct? Okay. So this is what we discussed yesterday, right? Okay. So what was the question? The question was, I have to understand, this is my own processor. So this is my own microprocessor. So I'm building my own microprocessor, and I want to understand how to build my own processor. So we'll discuss some of these things today, so that you will get some idea of. So first important thing what I have to do is, like what I've said yesterday, I want to decide what is the resolution of my processor. So I have 4 instructions that I have to make. Now what I want to do is, I want to find out what is going to be the resolution of my processor. Okay. So you know 8085 is an age-old processor which people never use it now in any industrial application. But still that is a very important processor because that was the first processor which has been introduced. And then we are still using it for learning the concepts. Okay. So now I want to go a little more beyond 8085. So I want to use my processor to have 4 bits. Again, this is not the only right or wrong answer. Okay. Okay. This is not the only right or wrong answer. You can choose 8 bits, you can choose 16 bits, you can choose 32 bits. Okay. I'm choosing 4 bits for the reason is it becomes a little easy for me to teach you how to do all these things. It becomes, it won't have so much of complications if I'm going to use 4 bits. So that's the reason I'm using 4 bits processor. Okay. So the processor that I'm going to use is going to have 4 bits. Okay. The thing is, we'll come to clock a little later. I'm not interested in clock right now. The next important thing is I'll choose what are all the registers I want to have. Okay. I want to have 4 registers. Okay. Why 4 registers? Because there are 4 instructions. So 4 registers will be easy for me. R0, R1, R2, R3. So I'm using 4 registers. And the names of registers are called R0, R1, R2, R3. Again, you can have n number of registers. I am just keeping it as 4 registers for simplicity and also for basically having some easier understanding. Okay. So हम लोग क्या किया है अभी? हम लोग resolution finalize किया है. Resolution 4 bits होना चाहिए. और हम लोगों का registers है R0, R1, R2, R3. 4 registers fix किया है और 4 bits fix किया. ठीक है? So before we move on to the architecture, okay, how will you go about it? Have you guys thought about it? Can anyone of you guys unmute your mic and speak, or you can also type on this Zoom chat so that I can actually see it also. Have you guys thought about what are all the other things that you thought? ये आप लोगों का homework है ना? आप type कर सकते हैं unmute करके. Okay, no idea. Okay. Anybody has any idea? You can unmute your mic and speak, or you can type. आप लोग टाइप कर सकते हैं, नहीं है तो आप अनम्यूट करके बात कर सकते हैं. No more idea. ठीक है, मैं थोड़ा सा हिंट दे देता हूँ, फिर then we'll again discuss. Okay, I'll again go back to the same this thing that we have seen. So what we have seen now is we have 4 instructions. So मैं क्या choose किया है? मैं मेरा प्रोसेसर का रेजोल्यूशन में 4 बिट्स चूज किया है और मेरा रजिस्टर्स है R0, R1, R2, R3. ओके इसके बाद मैं क्या करना है, मैं एक्चुअली आर्किटेक्चर बनना चाहता हूँ, ठीक है, वो जो भी ब्लॉक डायग्राम बनाना है वो बनाना चाहता हूँ। तो इसमें क्या चाहिए, अभी आज वो हमारा प्रेजेंटेशन में जो भी देखा है, सो वी नीड टू हैव वन बस, वी नीड टू हैव वन सीपीयू, सीपीयू विल कंटेन टू थिंग्स, वन इज कॉल्ड एएलयू, दैट इज कॉल्ड कंट्रोल यूनिट, ठीक है। फिर रजिस्टर्स है, फिर मेमोरी एलिमेंट्स वो रजिस्टर्स में आ जाएगा, फिर एएलयू में एडर और सब्ट्रैक्टर चाहिए, बिकॉज वी हैव टू डिफरेंट ऑपरेशंस, वन इज कॉल्ड ऐड, द अदर इज कॉल्ड सब्ट्रैक्ट, ओके, ठीक है। सो नाउ we'll look into how to draw an architecture, but before doing that, okay, what I want to do is I want to make some assumptions, okay, I'll change the color. ठीक है, टिपिकल प्रोसेसर में क्या होता है, एक मेमोरी होता है, एक मेमोरी में 4 इंस्ट्रक्शंस, ये इंस्ट्रक्शन मेमोरी है, okay. So in a typical processor you will have an instruction memory which will give you some, it will be for 1 MB or 5 KB, something like this, where you can store all your programs or all your instructions, okay. At any instant of time one instruction will be taken out, okay. It will come to a something called instruction register, okay. So one instruction will come to instruction register, and then this will go into your entire embedded computer or your microcontroller or your microprocessor, okay. It will execute this instruction. Once this instruction is executed, the output will go into a memory or your output device depending upon the instruction. Then you have something called PC, program counter. क्योंकि मैं नेक्स्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन के पास जाना है, तो कैसे जाना है, सो ये प्रोग्राम काउंटर वो पॉइंट करेगा नेक्स्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन, फिर वो नेक्स्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन मेरे पास आ जाएगा, कैसे आ जाएगा, नेक्स्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन मेरे पास आ जाएगा इंस्ट्रक्शन रजिस्टर, फिर ये इंस्ट्रक्शन एग्जीक्यूट करेगा, फिर इसके बाद नेक्स्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन प्रोग्राम काउंटर ये ऐड होगा, फिर नेक्स्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन होगा, ठीक है। ये सारे एलिमेंट्स चाहिए फॉर अ प्रोसेसर टू रन, ओके। मैं अभी थोड़ा सा असम्पशंस कर लेता हूं, क्योंकि वी कैन सिंप्लीफाई आवर एंटायर प्रोसेस, और जो भी हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं वो थोड़ा सिंप्लीफिकेशन के लिए और इजी अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए मैं थोड़ा असम्पशंस कर लेता हूं। क्या असम्पशन मैं ले रहा हूं, मेरा पहला असम्पशन है that I will try to keep this instruction memory out of my processor, okay. I don't know where this instruction memory is placed, I don't care where it is. For me, I will assume that I am getting one instruction at a time, okay. मेरे पास एक इंस्ट्रक्शन आ रहा है बस, ठीक है, वो कहां से आ रहा है कैसे आ रहा है वो मुझे नहीं मालूम है, वो मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता, ठीक है। My only interest is to basically see I get one instruction in my instruction register and then I want to execute that instruction. Job is over, okay. So once that instruction is over, then I have to somehow tell the outside world that I have executed this instruction. ये instruction में process किया है, ये हो गया, ये मैं एक सिग्नल से communicate करना है, क्योंकि then you will look for the next instruction coming into picture, ठीक है, समझ गया, कुछ डाउट्स है? कुछ डाउट्स है? समझ गया? Are you guys understanding? Are you guys with me? Hello.
Yes, sir. We got it.
Okay, good. Okay, fine. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you guys at least type it, or at least unmute your mic and tell me. Okay, ठीक है. I'll again go back. Okay, so now मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ? I'll now try to build one architecture. So how will I build one architecture? Okay, the most important thing is that we have seen in today's presentation slide. We'll have a bus, we'll have CPU, we'll have memory, and then we'll have input-output devices. Okay. For now, for this, we have only 4 instructions with us. हमारे पास सिर्फ 4 ही इंस्ट्रक्शन है, एक लोड इंस्ट्रक्शन है, एक मूव इंस्ट्रक्शन है, एक ऐड इंस्ट्रक्शन और एक सबट्रैक्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन, ठीक है। So हम लोग आर्किटेक्चर बना रहे हैं अभी. So I want to build architecture for my own processor. Okay. Again, there is no one right answer. Okay, there can be multiple answers. मैं एक आंसर चूज कर रहा हूँ सिर्फ मेरा कन्वीनियंस के लिए. You can choose other answers also. ठीक है. ठीक है. Okay. So now what I want to do is, what is my architecture? ठीक है. पहला काम, first thing what I will do is I will basically draw a bus. So what is the size of my bus? How many bits should be the bus? The bus should be 4 bits. Why it has to be 4 bits? I have chosen the resolution of my processor to be 4 bits. So it means that any number that I'm going to process, addition, subtraction, load data, move data, सभी data है 4 bits का है. और इसलिए मेरे को एक बस चाहिए, सिर्फ 4 बिट का बस चाहिए, 4 बिट्स. ठीक है. So 4 bit का बस चाहिए. This is the first thing that I want to make. Now, the second thing what I want to make is I want to make a CPU, Central Processing Unit. वो इसमें क्या है? इसमें दो एलिमेंट्स है, एक ALU है और एक CU है. CU मतलब कंट्रोल यूनिट और ALU मतलब अरिथमेटिक लॉजिक यूनिट. थोड़ा सा जूम करेंगे. ठीक है. Okay. So I have a bus. अब लोग, you guys can see it, no? Hello. You guys can see it, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, so I have a bus, and second thing, I want to basically draw a CPU, and CPU I'm dividing into two. I'll divide into ALU, and then I'll divide into control unit. ठीक है. So पहले मैं control unit करूँगा. Control unit किधर है? ठीक है. अभी मैं कंट्रोल यूनिट किधर है? कंट्रोल, ठीक है. फिर मैं ALU सेपरेट करूंगा. ये ALU है. So it's arithmetic logic unit. So this arithmetic and logic unit will only do two things. One is add, that is subtract. It will only do two things. One is add, other is subtract. Okay. The load data and move data has to be done by the control unit. And this for add and subtract also, it has to do all the requirements for a control unit. ठीक है. अभी ये हो गया. फिर मैं 4 रजिस्टर्स चूज कर रहा हूं. मेरा 4 रजिस्टर्स कहाँ है? इधर मैं रख देता हूं. ठीक है. यहाँ पे बहुत स्पेस कम है, इसलिए मैं सिर्फ 3 डाल देता हूँ, बट एक्चुअली इट विल हैव 4. ठीक है. तो ये R0, ये R1, ये R2, एंड सिमिलरली आई हैव वन हियर व्हिच इज R3. स्पेस कम है, इसलिए मैं सिर्फ 3 लगा रहा हूँ. ठीक है. Then what will happen is, then I will have to communicate this to the bus. ठीक है. और यहां से फिर बाद में these are all very similar to what you have in 8085. Okay. But the thing is, we are building our own processor. Okay. So now if let's say I want to add R0 comma R1. So what it should happen, the value of R0 should go to bus. From the bus, it has to go to the ALU. Similarly, the value of R1 should go to bus, then it should go to ALU. ठीक है. दोनों एक ही समय जा सकते हैं क्या? नहीं जा सकते, क्योंकि ये सीक्वेंशियल प्रोसेसर है. एक समय सिर्फ एक ही होता है. So इसलिए then what I will do is I want to have one more element into this. Okay. मैं एक 2 रजिस्टर्स बन देता हूँ यहाँ पर. एक ये बोल देता हूँ, एक भी बोलता हूँ. ये क्या है? ये अक्यूमुलेटर है 8085 के हिसाब से. somebody who has written non 80 84 or 80 51, they will know that this is an accumulator. ठीक है, so ये इसमें communication कर रहा है. Okay, and similarly I have B. Okay, now what it does, let's say add, subtract, both ALU will do add as well as subtract. Once the addition or subtraction is over, okay, once the addition or subtraction is over, what will happen now? Now it has to give the output back to the bus. So इसमें instruction का definition क्या है? We'll go back to this instruction. So instruction add instruction है, add instruction का definition क्या है? कल देख लिया ना? Add instruction का definition क्या है? Rx will have Rx plus Ry, right? So Ry's contents will be added with Rx content, then it will be stored back in Rx, right? So in our case, let's say the instruction is add R0, R1. Then what will happen? Then R0 will contain R0 plus R1. ठीक है? So यहाँ आ जाएंगे. So then what will happen is now R0, the value of R0 will go into A. Then the value of R1 will go into B. Then the ALU will take both these values. It will do an addition. Once the addition is over, मेरे को again save करना है. तो कहाँ save करना है? I'll use one more register which I call it G. The output of G will again go, sorry, output of G. Output of G will again go to I'm sorry, my drawing is very bad because I'm using a mouse and drawing it. ठीक है, so अभी ये आउटपुट G क्या आ जाएगा, फिर G से बस को आ जाएगा. ठीक है, फिर वो बस से वापस R0 जाना है. ठीक है, because our instruction is add R0, R. ठीक है, तो समझ आया? So हम लोग क्या किया है, अभी एक बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर बना दिया. So we have a bus, we have 4 registers R0, R1, R2, R3. And then we have one ALU, we have one control unit. ठीक है, so इसके बाद हम लोग accumulator करके एक रजिस्टर बना दिया, B करके एक रजिस्टर बना दिया, G करके एक रजिस्टर बना दिया. क्योंकि ये रजिस्टर्स मुझे चाहिए, क्योंकि without these registers I will not be able to communicate with respect to ALU for addition or subtraction. ठीक है, ये हो गया. ठीक है, अभी what I will do is I'll take the first instruction and explain how to do it. Then I want you guys to do the second and third instruction and fourth instructions. ठीक है, ठीक है. तो इसके पहले, ये इंस्ट्रक्शन जाने के पहले हम लोग को क्या चाहिए, हम लोग क्या असम्पशन दिया है, हम लोग का असम्पशन क्या है, हम लोग का असम्पशन एक इंस्ट्रक्शन मेमोरी होता है, वो अलग से बाहर से है, मुझे नहीं पता है वो कहाँ है. But from that instruction register, from that instruction memory, I am going to get one instruction at a time. Okay, I will get only one instruction at a time. Okay, वो instruction register के पास आ गया. ठीक है, वो इंस्ट्रक्शन रजिस्टर कहाँ है, वो कंट्रोल यूनिट के पास में है. ओके, ओके, ये कंट्रोल यूनिट के पास में एक छोटा सा इंस्ट्रक्शन रजिस्टर है. Okay, so this instruction register will basically be communicating to this control unit, and then based on the instruction the control unit will decide what to do. For example, if it is a load instruction, the control unit will decide what to do. If it is an add instruction, the control unit will say, okay, now you have to get the values from R0, R1, give it to A and B, then you have to start the ALU in order to do the addition. ठीक है, so अभी हम लोग क्या करेंगे, अभी ये जो भी हम लोग किया है ये सारे और ह्यूमंस को अंडरस्टैंड करने के लिए ये आसान है, लेकिन नाउ ऑल दीज थिंग्स हैव टू बी इन द हार्डवेयर, बिकॉज़ ये मशीन है, ये सिर्फ एक कंप्यूटर प्रोसेसर है, ये मशीन है, इसको कुछ नहीं समझ आता है, सिर्फ बाइनरी समझ आता है, वो वंस एंड जीरोस, वो भी इन टर्म्स ऑफ वोल्टेज. वोल्टेज क्या है, 5 वोल्ट है और 0 वोल्ट है. ठीक है, तो 1.8 हो गया, लेकिन वी विल यूज 5 वोल्ट्स एंड 0 वोल्ट्स एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. ठीक है, so abhi what we are going to do is now the control unit has to understand only binary, it has to understand only zeros and ones. Okay, इसके पहले हम लोग क्या करना है, जो भी instructions है, ये instructions भी we have to convert it into binary. Otherwise, the processor will not be able to understand. Okay, we need to basically somehow convert all these instructions also to binary. We call this as opcode. This is very popularly known as opcode. Okay, so opcode कहते हैं. Opcode क्या होता है? Opcode is basically the instructions code, the operations code, which is written in terms of binary language, binary or sometimes we call it in hex. ठीक है? So अभी ये instructions opcode बनाने के लिए हम लोगों का कितना bits चाहिए? ये क्वेश्चन है. So हम लोगों का 4 instructions है. इस 4 instructions को हम लोग opcode बनाने के लिए कितना bits चाहिए? How many bits do we need in order to basically make this as an opcode? Hello? You guys can hear me, no? So my question is, how many bits you need in order to make this opcode for our own processor? You can type the answer or you can unmute and speak. 4 bits, 8 bits. 8085 में opcode का कितना bits है? 8085 आप लोग का पता है? ये सारे लोग 8 bits लिख रहे हैं. ठीक है. 8 bits का reason क्या है? What is the reason for choosing 8 bits? Eight bits का reason क्या है? The moment I ask for reason, nobody is right in reply. ठीक है. So 8 bits, 8 bits. See, 8 bits. You can have 8 bits. You can have 64 bits. You can have 16 bits. But the minimum number of bits that you have, it is always better. Why? The minimum number of bits means lesser amount of hardware. So हम लोगों का cost भी कम हो जाएगा if you use lesser number of bits. But लेकिन कितना bits चाहिए? Minimum number of bits कितना bits चाहिए? वो हम लोग देखना चाहिए. ठीक है. So अभी I'll again go back. ठीक है. कितना bits चाहिए? हम लोगों के पास कितना instructions है? उस हिसाब से हम लोग कितना bits चाहिए हम लोग डिसाइड करेंगे. So हम लोग के पास कितना instructions है? हम लोग के पास 4 instructions है. Okay. Let's say I call this 4 instructions. Okay. Let's say I call this 8 instructions. So this is, sorry, 4 instructions. First instruction, let's say I call this as I0. Second instruction is I1. Third instruction is I2. Fourth instruction is I3. ठीक है. So हम लोगों के पास 4 instructions है. First instruction I0, I1, I2, I3 कहता है. ठीक है. So ये instructions के हिसाब से opcode बना रहे हैं हम लोग. ठीक है. So हम लोगों का 4 instructions है. How can I make this 4 instructions in terms of binary? So I can denote the first instruction to be 0, 0. Second instruction to be 0, 1. Third instruction to be 1, 0. Fourth instruction to be 1. ये कर सकते हैं. So हम लोगों का 4 instructions represent करने के लिए हम लोगों का 2 bits चाहिए. ठीक है. हम लोगों का 2 bits चाहिए 4 instructions represent करने के लिए. वो क्या क्या instructions है? Load मतलब अभी 0, 0 आता है तो फिर the machine will understand it is load. If 0, 1 comes, the machine will understand it is move. If 1, 0 add, if 1, 1 subtract. So हम लोगों का 2 bits चाहिए in order to represent the instructions. ठीक है. So opcode में पहला part क्या है? पहला part हमारा instructions समझाने के लिए. इसके लिए हम लोगों का 2 bits चाहिए. ठीक है. So I will take one instruction now. Let's say we take the same instruction that we have seen earlier. Add R0, R1. Okay. ठीक है. So हमारे पास कितना registers है? हम लोगों के पास 4 registers है. R0, R1, R2, R3. तो ये 4 registers represent करने के लिए कितना bits चाहिए? Again 2 bits चाहिए. क्योंकि I can use R0 as 0, 0, R1 as 0, 1, this is 1, 0, this is 1, 1. सही है? So I am going to use add R0, R1. For doing this instruction, I am using the word R0. The machine will not understand R0 because it knows only binary. So I'm going to convert this value of R0, R1, R2, R3 in terms of binary. Again 4 registers है, 4 registers हम लोग 2 bits से use कर सकते हैं, इसलिए 00, 01, 101. Similarly a second R1 है, वो भी same concept use कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. So मेरा पहला वाला register के लिए 2 bit चाहिए, second register के लिए 2 bit चाहिए, और मेरा instruction के लिए 2 bit चाहिए. मैं instruction यहाँ पे add है, move हो सकता है, load हो सकता है और subtract हो सकता है. ठीक है. वो ऐड के लिए इंस्ट्रक्शन के लिए 2 बिट चाहिए और मेरा फर्स्ट रजिस्टर के लिए 2 बिट चाहिए और सेकंड रजिस्टर के लिए 2 बिट. सो मेरा ऑप कोड है, ऑप कोड है 6 बिट्स का होता है. 1 2 3 4 5 6. पहला 2 बिट्स इंस्ट्रक्शन होता है, सेकंड 2 बिट्स RX होता है. RX मतलब पहला वाला रजिस्टर, और लास्ट 2 बिट्स विल बी यूज्ड फॉर RY. समझ आया? हम लोग 2 मिनट का ब्रेक लेते हैं. यू कैन आस्क योर क्वेश्चंस एंड इफ यू वांट यू कैन टेक नोट्स. So question is, some people are asking me questions. One question is why we need accumulator. See देखो अभी add R0, R1 करना है. So वो कैसे करेंगे? पहला R0 का वैल्यू है, हम लोग किसी जगह पे हम लोग स्टोर करना पड़ता है, फिर ALU वो एक्सेस करेगा. ठीक है. वो स्टोर करने के लिए मेरे को एक रजिस्टर चाहिए, वो मैं अक्यूमुलेटर बोलता हूँ, ये रजिस्टर बोलता हूँ. ये सिर्फ रजिस्टर है. रजिस्टर इज मेड आउट ऑफ फ्लिप फ्लॉप्स. तो हमारा 4 बिट है, फिर 4 D फ्लिप फ्लॉप यूज करके मैं एक रजिस्टर बन सकता हूँ. ठीक है. सो इफ वी नॉट हैव एन इंस्ट्रक्शन 4 8 16 database, then what we can do? See, all binaries work on 2 power something. So your whatever values that you are going to write, it has to be in terms of 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4, 2 power 5, 2 power 6. Okay, इसलिए आपको 4 बिट 8 बिट वो सारे आ रहे हैं. ठीक है. सो आपका जो भी इंस्ट्रक्शंस है वो बाइनरी में कन्वर्ट करना है. वो कन्वर्ट करने के लिए हमारे पास सिर्फ एक ही ऑप्शन है. वो क्या ऑप्शन है? वो ऑप्शन है टू कन्वर्ट देम इनटू बाइनरी यू हैव टू यूज सम ऑफ दिस 2 power bits. So हमारे पास 4 इंस्ट्रक्शन है, इसलिए I used 2 bits. If let's say we have 6 instructions, then I'll have to use 3 bits. But 3 bits can contain up to 8 number of instructions. But again, I have only 6. So I'll use the 7th and 8th values of binary values to be equal to don't care condition, which you would have learned in your K-maps or your Karnaugh maps. समझ आया? कुछ डाउट्स है आप बता दीजिए. Recording is done by I think Madhurima. I think if she can share, she can share. I think the tech coordinator is doing the recording. If that can be shared, I think it can be shared. समझ आया? Do you understand what I am trying to say? You have any questions, doubts, or if you don't understand anything, you tell me. I'll repeat it. Okay, G register क्या है? So once the ALU performs the entire operation, the addition operation तो हो गया. ये होने के बाद मैं G में रख देता हूँ. So register मतलब क्या है? ये memory element है. ठीक है. So add RX, R1 है. So मतलब for example I want to add, so I'll give you one example. I think maybe giving an example will help. Okay, ठीक है. मैं एक example दे देता हूँ. एक नया पेज में एक example देता हूँ. ठीक है. So अभी मेरा प्रोग्राम है. So because this microprocessor are all used for writing big program. Okay. ठीक है. मैं एक प्रोग्राम कर रहा हूँ. मेरा प्रोग्राम का I'll tell you what exactly I want to do. Then I'll explain to you how it works. So my point is I want to do 3 plus 5 plus 6. ठीक है. Simple example है. ये example मैं processor से करना चाहता हूँ. ठीक है. So how will I do it? Okay. In human language terms I will say. Okay. First what I will have to do, I'll have to load this into some register because वो processor का memory में हम लोग ये रख सकते हैं, रखना है. ठीक है. So पहला instruction मेरा क्या है? मेरा पहला instruction है 1. पहला instruction है load R0, 3. ठीक है. दूसरा instruction है load R1, 5. थर्ड instruction है load R2, 6. ठीक है. मैं सारे इंस्ट्रक्शंस, सारे नंबर्स मेमोरी में लोड किया है. ठीक है, मेमोरी में लोड किया। तो इसके बाद फोर्थ इंस्ट्रक्शन, व्हाट विल बी माय फोर्थ इंस्ट्रक्शन? फोर्थ इंस्ट्रक्शन आई विल से ऐड R0, R1। तो फिर क्या होगा, 3 + 5 ऐड होगा। ऐड होके कहां, अल्टीमेटली वेयर इट विल बी स्टोर्ड, इट विल बी स्टोर्ड इन R0 अगेन। ठीक है, so my fifth instruction, what it will be? Fifth instruction will be add R0, R2, because now R0 contains 3 + 5, which is 8. 8 will be stored in R0, plus R2 already contains 6, so I am adding R0 plus R2, which is R2 is basically 6 is there. So combining both will give me the final output. Output will be in R0. देन हमारे पास यहाँ पे इंस्ट्रक्शन नहीं है, लेकिन इंस्ट्रक्शन है तो फिर ये R0 वैल्यू में एक डिस्प्ले कर सकता हूँ, लेकिन ये प्रोसेसर में ये वो इंस्ट्रक्शन नहीं है। सो अल्टीमेटली व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल यू इज, इफ यू आर बाइंग अ प्रोसेसर फ्रॉम द मार्केट, एनी कंपनी दैट यू आर बाइंग अ प्रोसेसर, यू हैव टू यूज ओनली द इंस्ट्रक्शंस गिवन इन द प्रोसेसर। ठीक है, हमारा प्रोसेसर में सिर्फ 4 ही इंस्ट्रक्शन है। सो ये मेरा प्रोग्राम हो गया, ये मेरा माइक्रो प्रोसेसर में मेरा प्रोग्राम हो गया। ठीक है, ये प्रोग्राम इंस्ट्रक्शन मेमोरी में है। This is available in the instruction memory. So मेरा assumption क्या है, ये instruction memory कहाँ है मुझे नहीं पता है। ठीक है, लेकिन एक ही टाइम में सिर्फ एक ही इंस्ट्रक्शन मेरे पास आ जाएगा, फिर मैं वो एग्जीक्यूट करूंगा। वो कैसे एग्जीक्यूट करूंगा, इसलिए वी आर ट्राइंग टू डू दिस आर्किटेक्चर। समझ आया? Registers are actually memory, and these are all made using D flip-flops. You can use any flip-flop. I'm trying to use D flip-flops because it's easy for me. Any other questions? You guys understood? कुछ डाउट्स है क्या? डाउट्स नहीं है? Sir, please tell some company who require IoT or embedded systems in India. मतलब क्या है? I don't understand your question. तो जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज के लिए पूछ रहे हैं क्या?
हेलो,
हाँ, जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज के लिए पूछ रहे हैं।
यस सर, एक्चुअली क्या है कि I also have searched in the net, so everyone speaks that there is lots of scope in IoT and embedded system.
Yes.
But no one speaks that where it's scope. So please tell that who require. It says that TCS and Infosys are require this, but
Yes.
I am searching and that they are not requiring nowadays.
See, my own student who worked on building PCB boards, building electronics using FPGA and embedded systems, is working in TCS Calcutta. He's been working for the last 8 months. Okay, so TCS heavily requires, AMD requires, Intel requires, MathWorks, which is the company which manufactures MATLAB, they require people from FPGA and embedded systems background. Wipro requires, okay, Texas Instruments, TI, they require, and AMD I've told, and then there are some microelectronic companies like NXP, they require embedded systems knowledge. IBM works on IoT, Microsoft works on IoT, Google works on IoT. These are the people who require, they have job opportunities. But the issue is they will always display in the website that we need somebody who has experience in embedded systems or IoT. The reason is the difference between a software company and an electronics company is that they will not be able to train you the basics, because basics are very important and it takes time to build. So just doing an Arduino project or any simple project will not help. They want to make sure you understand the basics, and they'll ask you questions on the basics.
So, sir, without doing any work, how can we get a experience?
I'm not telling that you should not do any work, but the thing is you have to know the basics of that work. For example, I'll ask you a question. Since we have started this discussion, I'll ask you a question. What projects you have worked on embedded systems? Tell me one example.
I have done my glove. I have made a glove which convert sign language to to speech and text. And
Okay.
second one is what? Temperature based fan control.
ठीक है, टेम्परेचर
That
बेस्ड
was,
फैन कंट्रोल ले लेते हैं. इट्स वेरी सिंपल. आई थिंक पीपल विल आल्सो विल अंडरस्टैंड. ओके,
yes, sir.
इसका क्या एम्बेडेड माइक्रो कंट्रोलर आप यूज किया है?
So I have used Arduino Nano.
यू हैव यूज्ड आर्डिनो नैनो. ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, वो आर्डिनो नैनो के हिसाब से आप यूज किया है. ठीक है, ओके फाइन. नाउ लेट्स से दैट आई गिव यू द व्हाट इज द माइक्रो कंट्रोलर यूज्ड इन आर्डिनो नैनो?
सर AXMT ऐसा कुछ था सर, ये ध्यान नहीं आ रहा.
मुझे
ऐसा
नहीं
कुछ
पता है. ठीक है, लेट्स टेक आर्डिनो यूनो. ओके, बिकॉज़ आई नो आर्डिनो यूनो.
Yes, sir.
आर्डिनो यूनो में क्या होता है? 8 मेगा 328 पे यूज करता है.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है,
Arduino.
आर्डिनो 8 मेगा 328 पे. So I will give you one hello. I'll give you one 8 mega 328p microcontroller chip to you. I'll give you one IC. Okay, मैं एक 8 मेगा 328p का IC में आपको दे देता हूँ. Can you make your own microcontroller board and then try to use communications and try to make this program?
Now I cannot.
That is the most important thing. ठीक है, so फिर आप data sheet पढ़ सकते हैं, because when you do this then you will understand how to read the data sheet. Maybe I'll give you some examples of how to read data sheet today itself. Okay, at the end of the class I'll give you some examples of how to read data sheets. Data sheets read करना है, data sheet समझ सकता है, समझना पड़ेगा. फिर वो data sheet से फिर हम लोग एक board बनाना पड़ेगा. फिर then you will get some experience of how to basically read data sheet and build everything yourself. ये जो भी आप लोग प्रोजेक्ट में कर रहे हो वो सिर्फ प्रोग्रामिंग कर रहे हैं, वो तो इम्पोर्टेंट है, वो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. मैं इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं कह रहा हूँ, लेकिन वो इम्पोर्टेंट है, बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. लेकिन इसके अलावा आपको पीसीबी डिजाइन का नॉलेज चाहिए, डेटा शीट रीड करने के लिए नॉलेज चाहिए, और इसका वोल्टेज लेवल्स क्या है, कैसे सेंसर कनेक्ट करना है, सेंसर से कैसे कनेक्ट करना है, कैसे प्रोग्राम करना है, वो इंटरप्ट्स कैसे यूज करना है, टाइमर कैसे यूज करना है, ये सारे बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. I hope I have at least given you some mistake. So yes.
Yes, sir, I got it.
Now what we are trying to do in this course, 3 days is not sufficient, but I'm at least giving you a feel of how to basically take it forward. That's why I'm asking you to basically write or do your own architecture. I'm giving you some examples. Then I'll take you to some kind of chip design, looking at what will happen at the data sheet. What does the data sheet says? What exactly it says? How will I understand this data sheet? That's the major contribution that I want to make, so that you will understand the importance of different electronic components. ठीक है, एक क्वेश्चन आया, how and where we can learn and do degree course at PCB and microprocessor or any internship. ये तो difficult question है. The thing is, everything is available in data sheet, but the problem is we are in a mode of doing some project. So we use some Arduino board, we get some sensors, we'll try to Google it how to use this sensor, we get some knowledge, you simply do the programming, it works, job is over. इसका जो भी फंडामेंटल्स है वो अंडरस्टैंड करने के लिए आपको जो भी चाहिए वो डेटा शीट में अंदर है, सिर्फ डेटा शीट्स में अंदर है. डेटा शीट्स आप लोग ध्यान से पढ़ना चाहिए. कैसे पढ़ना है, वो एक्चुअली एक ट्रेनिंग होता है, इसके लिए अलग से डिग्री नहीं होता है, एक ट्रेनिंग होता है. वो ट्रेनिंग आप लोग करना है. वो करने के लिए क्या करना है, हाउ कैसे करना है, आई विल ट्राई टू ट्रेन यू अ लिटिल बिट टुमारो. ठीक है, tomorrow I'll at least give you some examples of how to train yourself in reading a data sheet. Okay, so we'll continue. I think we took a good amount of break, so I have left with only half an hour, so we'll continue now. ठीक है, मैं स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहा हूँ. Start. See, companies, okay, anyway, somebody asked me one more question. So companies require experienced person, but that doesn't mean that they'll only take experienced person. For example, TCS said that I should not quote TCS here because you're recording the session, it's an online session. But anyway, it's a personal opinion. So as a personal opinion, I'm telling you, for my student, when he was applying, TCS said that we need somebody who has a master's background with at least 2 years of experience. And then they ultimately took my student who had no experience. Okay, this is one example. The other student is MathWorks. For the other student, she is working in MathWorks now. When she went, she had no experience in any company because she was directly working with us. But then she showed some projects that she worked with us, and then with that they basically took her CV and ultimately did an interview. The interview was for almost, she had 5 rounds of interview. First round is telephonic interview. Next is they asked her to come and have a discussion with the technical team. Like this, 5 rounds of interview. Ultimately she got selected. ठीक है, so इसका मेहनत करना पड़ता है. Don't worry about they are asking for experience, all these things. If you have good amount of projects, if your CV shows all those things, then there's a high chance that they will at least call you for an interview. Beyond this, it is beyond the scope of anybody. Beyond this, it's all what you speak in the interview. ठीक है, so इसका जो भी basics चाहिए वो इसका outlook, इसका framework मैं अभी बताता हूँ. That's why we are trying to do this entire architecture, and then I'll take some examples of some electronic sensors and see how to connect. All these things we'll see tomorrow also. So then you will understand that how to basically take up a work. Okay. And if somebody is really interested, I can give you some small projects where you can take up some simple things and build on top of it. वो बहुत actually quite difficult है. वो programming या जो भी Arduino में आप programming कर रहे हैं या normal C, C++, Java, Python programming कर रहे हैं, वो थोड़ा सा आसान है क्योंकि आप सिर्फ कंप्यूटर में बैठ के वो कर रहे हैं. So here, if something doesn't work, you have to use a multimeter, you have to use some kind of oscilloscope to check in a lab or something. So that becomes very difficult to basically train by sitting in front of a computer. Learning anything in front of a computer is easy. But again, if you want to go into this embedded systems hardware, if you are interested, थोड़ा मेहनत करना पड़ता है, लेकिन वो कर सकता है. That's nothing that it is something that is completely not possible. Actually, when I joined IIT Indore in 2011, I had no knowledge about embedded systems, microcontrollers, FPGAs, nothing. I learned after coming here because I needed to basically do some work on embedded systems. मेरा biomedical instrumentation का research है, वो instrumentation के लिए research के लिए मेरे को microcontrollers use करना पड़ता है और FPGAs use करना पड़ता है. वो high speed में use करना पड़ता है. High speed मतलब in terms of megahertz. आप लोग जो भी microcontroller में project कर रहे हैं वो सभी kilohertz में use कर रहे हैं. So मेरा project है megahertz में. तो इसके लिए डेटा शीट पढ़ना पड़ता है, इसमें क्या होता है, मेगाहर्ट्ज के लिए क्या करना है, ये सारे डिटेल्स में पढ़ के फिर करना पड़ता है. एंड माय स्टूडेंट्स आल्सो व्हेन दे केम टू माय लैब दे हैव नो नॉलेज. सो इट इज नॉट दैट इट इज समथिंग दैट यू कैन नेवर लर्न. इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. इट इज पॉसिबल, लेकिन मेहनत करना पड़ता है. आपको इंटरेस्ट है तो फिर मेहनत कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. सो एनीवे, आई थिंक आई डोंट वांट टू लूज द फ्लो नाउ. If you guys want any information, I can give my email ID. You can also write to me, or you can I can share my number to Madhurima. You can also talk to me, and maybe we can discuss how to do something if you are really interested in doing something. ठीक है, मैं अभी start कर रहा हूँ. ठीक है. Now what we are having 4 instructions. Now we said that we'll take only 1 instruction at a time. वो समझ आया शायद. So अभी opcode finalize किया है. opcode में क्या है? हमारा opcode है 6 bits है अभी. ठीक है. अभी 6 bits इधर आ रहा है. So then this control unit has to understand this opcode, and ultimately it has to basically say how the whole thing works. ठीक है. अभी मैं opcode में सिर्फ एक ही instruction ले रहा हूँ. ठीक है. I'll take instruction called load R0,3. तो हमारा first instruction है load R0,3. ठीक है. ये first instruction है load R0,3. So ये generalize कर देता हूँ. Generalized system is load RX, data. ठीक है. वो जनरलाइज कर रहा हूँ. वो RX क्या हो गया अभी? R0 हो गया. ठीक है. इसका ऑपकोड क्या होता है? So the opcode is first 2 bits will be 00 for load, second 2 bits will be R0, so it's again 00. The third will be don't care. I will not be using the third this thing because third one is something which I don't want for load. But abhi, let's say it is move function. Let's say instruction is move R1, R2. ठीक है. फिर क्या होता है? move का instruction क्या है? move का 01 है और R1 is also 01 and this one is 10. ठीक है. मेरा opcode क्या हो गया फिर? 01, 01, 01. ठीक है. ये मेरा opcode हो गया. ठीक है. So that's how you basically get an opcode. So I'm going to go into load instruction now. My instruction is going to be load RX, data. I'll go back to architecture. Now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see how to basically see an instruction gets executed. So अभी मेरे पास instruction register है. वो instruction register में 6 bits आ गया. वो 6 bits क्या है? load R0, data. ठीक है. data कहाँ से आ रहा है? data will come from an external world to me. ठीक है. और external world से data RM. It will come to bus. So what is this data? We are talking in terms of 4 bits. What are those 4 bits? If let's say the data is 1010, let's say the data is 1010, it is coming to my bus. So what does it mean? It means that it basically one wire will contain 5 volts, one wire will contain 0 volts, one wire will contain 5 volts, one wire will contain 0 volts. Because this is 1 0 1 0. ठीक है? So ये सारे lines यहाँ पे बस में चार लाइंस है, इसमें मर्ज हो जाएगा. ठीक है, समझ आया? Now what we want to do is, now for the first instruction to execute, my first instruction is load R0 comma data. ठीक है, डेटा ऊपर से आ रहा है, so मैं R0 में insert करना है. So whatever data it is coming to me, I have to insert into R0. The first thing what I will do is, I am going to use a signal called extern. यहाँ पे स्पेस बहुत कम है. Actually, I'm trying to basically connect this to this control unit. So control unit से मेरा एक signal आ रहा है, वो signal का नाम है, मैं extern ले लेता हूँ. I have just put my own name. You can put your own name also if you want. Okay, I'm using a name called extern. Why I'm using name called extern? Because it's coming from external. Okay, it's just my own name. You can choose your own name. You can use whatever you want. Okay. ठीक है, extern एक symbol होता है, एक signal होता है. ये signal will basically try to open up this buffer. तो ये बफर क्या होता है? ये ट्राई स्टेट बफर बोलते हैं हम लोग. ट्राई स्टेट बफर. आई विल नॉट एक्सप्लेन व्हाट इज ट्राई स्टेट बफर. आई वांट यू टू बेसिकली गो टू गूगल एंड फाइंड. ओके, एक ट्राई स्टेट बफर है. ठीक है, आई एम ट्राइंग टू यूज अ ट्राई स्टेट बफर. ओके, सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज व्हेनेवर अ सिग्नल एक्सटर्नल कम्स, automatically this buffer opens up. What do you mean by opens up? This wire here is directly connected to this wires. It is something like fusing the wires. So then the data that is available in the external world has now come to your bus. The bus will now contain the value which is there in the external world. Okay? Now what is the next step? Next step I want to, what is the instruction? My instruction is load R0 comma data. So अभी data bus के पास आ गया. बस से मैं actually ये R0 के अंदर deposit करना चाहता हूँ. ठीक है, how will I do this? Then I will give one more instruction to my register, which let's say I call it R0in. ठीक है, R0in में दे रहा हूँ. What will happen is it will just open up and close these two wires. Again, I'm using a tri-state buffer here, and then I'm opening up and closing these two wires. So whatever is the value which is there in the bus will now come inside R0, and R0 is a memory element or a register or a flip-flop which will simply store these values here. ठीक है? Any doubts? समझ आया? If you don't understand, you please tell me, because this is a very important concept which you have to understand. That's why I'm telling. I can repeat it also if you want. If somebody wants me to repeat it, please type it or say you understood, no, not understood, yes, no, something, you type it. Yes. Okay, I'll repeat, okay, so that you will understand. Okay. ठीक है, मैं एक नया पेज ले लेता हूँ. See, my instruction is going to be load R0 comma data. So I'll try to explain what are the sequence of signals to be generated. Sequence of signals to be generated. So sequence of signals चाहिए मुझे. Then only this machine will execute this instruction. What are all the sequence of signals? Okay. First signal is I have to give extern. Then what happens? The extern signal, what happens is it is basically opening up the external values to come inside my bus. So अभी data कहाँ है? अभी data bus के अंदर आ गया. ठीक है, फिर इसके बाद में R0 का register का input खोलना है. For that I am using a signal called R0in. Okay. So the moment I do R0in, then the data which is available in the bus will actually come inside my R0. So अभी डेटा R0 के अंदर आ गया, फिर क्या है, इंस्ट्रक्शन तो हो गया. What is the job of this instruction? The job of this instruction is to take the value of data, put inside R0. ये तो हो गया. फिर मेरा प्रोसेसर को क्या करना चाहता है, my processor should inform the external memory, instruction memory, that I have finished this instruction, please give me the next instruction. वो कैसे हो सकता है? Then I will use one more signal called done. Okay, for a load instruction, these are the sequence of signals I want. Okay, I'll go back to my architecture so that we'll see how does it look like. Now done यहाँ पे लिखा नहीं है, I'll write done also. So now I will say that it will give me a signal called done. ठीक है, so अभी क्या है, load data करना है, data बाहर से आ रहा है, इसलिए I will try to use a tri-state buffer, and then I will try to give a signal to the tri-state buffer called external from my control unit. So the moment the control unit gives external, the data is now transferred to my bus. It's available in my bus. The moment it comes to bus, the next step is to basically transfer the data from the bus to my register, which is R0. For that, in between R0 and bus, I will use a tri-state buffer R0. ठीक है, अभी क्या है, R1 के पास ट्राई स्टेट बफर है क्या? नहीं. R2 के पास ट्राई स्टेट बफर है क्या? नहीं. R3 के पास ट्राई स्टेट बफर है क्या? नहीं. फिर क्या है, जो भी बस में है, it will automatically come to R1, R2, R3 also, because these are all simply wires. Okay, so everywhere I have to use tri-state buffers, so that there is basically a gap between, there is something like a switch between one element and another element, and I will the control unit will send some signals in order to make sure that the switch is on or off. So then what I will do, I'll rewrite this entire architecture again. नया पेज ले लेता हूँ. Rewrite this entire architecture again. What I will do is I'll use a bus. ठीक है, यहाँ पे ALU है, यहाँ पे कंट्रोल यूनिट है. ठीक है, so then I have R0, R1, R2. You can write R3 also. I don't have space, that's why I have not written it. So what I will do is it will be connected to the bus. It's all wires basically. So I'll use a tri-state buffer. It will connect here. Then I'll use one more tri-state buffer to connect it back to the bus. Similarly, यहाँ पे I'll use एक और tri-state buffer है. Then यहाँ पे एक tri-state buffer रखते हैं. Then it will go back to bus. मेरे पास स्पेस नहीं है, but actually this is also should go to bus. ठीक है, so what is happening is everywhere I'm using a tri-state buffer. Tri-state buffer, you think like a switch. So whenever a signal comes to the switch from the control unit, the switch is on. Switch is on means these two wires are merged. The switch is off, then these two wires are not merged. ठीक है, so now what is my next step? Now I have to decide what all the control signal has to come. So I will decide this will be R0 in, and this will be R0 out. Similarly, R1 in, R1 in, and R1 out. R1 in. Similarly, I have two registers here. One is called A, the other is called B. ठीक है, ये भी बस से आ रहा है, ये भी ऑन करना है. तो मैं यहाँ पे भी एक tri-state बफर रख देता हूँ. ठीक है, and then this will be connected directly to this ALU because ALU will be on whenever you want. ठीक है, similarly I'll use a tri-state buffer. Sorry, यहाँ से ALU से कनेक्टेड है, tri-state buffer का जरूरत नहीं है. ठीक है, यहाँ पे G है. क्यों G है? जो भी आउटपुट है, ALU का आउटपुट है, वो पहला एक टेम्पररी रजिस्टर में मैं स्टोर कर देता हूँ, फिर बस को कम्युनिकेट कर देता हूँ, फिर बस से जो भी रजिस्टर के पास जाना है वहां पे जाना है. ठीक है, these two are connected. Now here I'll use a tri-state buffer and then I'll connect it to the bus. Sorry, मेरा ड्राइंग थोड़ा पैथेटिक है क्योंकि मैं कंप्यूटर से पहली बार कर रहा हूँ. ठीक है, so here I will use one control signal again, which is called, let's say, G out. Similarly, I'll use here A in, बी इन। सो जो भी कंट्रोल सिग्नल्स सारे प्रोसेसर में है वो सारे कंट्रोल यूनिट से आना है, ठीक है? समझ आया? एनी क्वेश्चंस? So what we have done is now we have defined the architecture, defined the block diagram of our entire processor, and now we are actually trying to basically decide what are all the control signals required in order to perform different operations. What are all those operations? We have 4 instructions. Okay, good. So we have 4 instructions. Okay, so based on these 4 instructions, we are trying to do it. So we'll again go back to the same this thing. So now we have 4 instructions. For execute these 4 instructions, what are all the control signals to be generated? Okay, that's the next step. Okay, ठीक है, मैं इसके पहले जाता हूँ. So ये load instruction के लिए क्या चाहिए? Extern चाहिए, R0 in चाहिए, R1 in done चाहिए. ठीक है, load instruction is the simplest instruction. ठीक है, तुरंत मैं generalize कर देता हूँ. यहाँ पे R0 की जगह मैं RX कर देता हूँ, because load R0, load, what are all the instructions possible? Load R0 comma data, R1 comma data, R2 comma data, R3 comma data, all these are possible. So मैं generalize कर देता हूँ, RX in कर देता हूँ, ठीक है, and then you'll have done. So this is load. Now what I'll do, the next instruction is move. Okay, move, let's say I take an example of move R2 comma R3, ठीक है. So I'll go back to architecture and show you how does it look like. Okay, so R2 में R1 R2 है, R2 में जो भी है R2 में वो एक्चुअली क्या इंस्ट्रक्शन है? R2 कमा R3, ठीक है. सो R2 कमा R3 मतलब R3 यहाँ पे नहीं है. R3 में जो भी डेटा है वो एक्चुअली बस के पास आना है और बस से हम लोग R2 के पास ट्रांसफर करना है, ठीक है. दैट्स द job. So what we'll do is I will base first instruction once move when it comes to move, what will be the first instruction? I will say R3 out, because the data that is stored in R3 I want to bring it to bus. So the moment I say R3 out, then basically the value in the R3 will come to my bus. ठीक है, बस के पास आ गया. फिर बस के पास आने के बाद now my instruction is it has to be transferred to R2. So I will say R2 in. Now transfer हो गया. Now what is the last thing I will do is I will say done. ठीक है, that is the third instruction. Now we'll move on to the third instruction. Now I'll generalize this. So now I will say that it has to be RO out, RY out. So your generalized instruction is move RX comma RY. So I will say RY out, RY out. Now similarly here what I will do, I will say RX in, then done. ठीक है, add थोड़ा complication ज़्यादा हो गया. ठीक है, add में क्या है? Add में let's say we take the instruction called add R1 comma, just taking an instruction called R1 comma R2. So R2 R1 दोनों add करके फिर R1 में deposit करना है, ठीक है. So what is the first thing that I have to do? I have to take the value of R2. So R2 out, ठीक है, वो कहाँ पे deposit करना है? Now this has to go to ALU, because ALU will do addition and subtraction. So I have to go back to ALU. So फिर मेरा architecture के पास जाऊँगा, so that we'll understand. Now what is my instruction here? So A has A in, ठीक है. So A has A in. So I will basically put this value of R2 in A in. Similarly, I will put the value of R1 out in B in. ठीक है, इसके बाद क्या है? So जो भी values है R1 का value, R2 का value दोनों अभी accumulator और B register में deposit हो गया. Now what I will have to do is I will have to go back to tell ALU now you have to do an addition. You have got both the data in A and B. Now you have to do addition. Now addition itself, if you see, no, because there is the ALU is supposed to do addition as well as subtraction. ठीक है, so फिर क्या करना है? So फिर इसको हम लोग instruction देना. So control unit से एक instruction जाना पड़ेगा ALU को. Let's say I call this signal as add sub. Okay, so I'm using some signal called add sub. हाँ मदनी मटन. Sorry. हाँ चल रहा है. ठीक है. हाँ मैं 2 मिनट में एंड कर दूंगा फिर. ठीक है sure. Okay, so I think we have to stop here. Okay, I'll quickly finish this. So add sub, I'll use an instruction called add sub. Okay, I'll use an instruction called add sub. So that add sub will be 0 or 1. If add sub is 0, then it is called addition. 0 to 1. So if it is 0, it is called addition. If it is 1, I call subtraction. So then I'll finish this table. फिर हम लोग stop करेंगे. ठीक है, so bn, then once bn is over, then I will say add sub is equal to 0. Then when addition is over, then it will come to g, then it will come to g out. Then we are finishing it with respect to sending it to R1 in again, because it has to go back to R1. Okay, so I think there is a time constraint now, so I have to stop here. So I'm stopping here. You guys think about it. If you have any questions, I'll give my email ID to Madhurima. So you can actually email also, and then we'll again come back tomorrow. Okay. So I'm stopping here because I think they want to have the next meeting at 11 o'clock. It's almost 5 minutes left. Okay, मैं अभी stop कर देता हूँ. We'll wrap it up tomorrow. Then I'll take at least 1 or 2 real-time applications so that we can see tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So I'll have to stop because they have another meeting at 11 o'clock. It seems. Okay. Thank you. Please go through this. Then we'll again come back tomorrow and then we'll see. Okay.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you,
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.